for shipping. Okay, so let me just arrange the video call and make the. All right, so we have the full video call here, and I'm gonna change the logos. Give me a second. All right, so you are on this side. Do you want your logo like on the upper side or like on the lower side, like under you or above you? All right, cool.
Wherever you want, honestly, it does not bother me.
All right, cool. All right, so we are almost ready. Let me just check. Can you hear me? Everything's okay?
Yes.
All right, cool. Everything's okay here. All right, so I'm not a streamer per se, but like I'm gonna try my best. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're gonna go live. 1, 2, 3.
Cool. And I'm going to post a tweet to make
Okay.
sure that they know we're live.
All right. All right. So let's see. Oh, we're live. All right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Like 10 a.m. in Taipei, 10 p.m. on the East Coast, right? And we're joined today by our dear partner Lacinity, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much for making the time to join us today. Welcome to.
Thanks for having me. So sorry, I'm literally posting a tweet so they know that we're on right
It's
now.
all right. It's all right. Don't worry. Man,
I'm a little bit quiet. I don't know if I have to turn up my audio in Discord or if someone else does.
Let me see if I gotta fix that from my OBS. Okay.
Awesome.
Seems like the audio. How about now? How do you?
It could be your desktop audio within OBS too. Sometimes it gets a little low for me as well.
Okay. Then in terms from the scene too. How about now?
Hi. How's it sound?
I increase.
It's the actual audio levels, he says.
Okay, she's saying it's very quiet. It's not your mic, it's the actual audio levels. Let me see. So should be for the output and all that. It should have increased it, like the audio output. Fake capture. Man, OBS can be like this. How about now?
Hi, can you guys hear me now? La 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 la. I like the little AVerMedia character. She's so cute. I have her on one of the mouse pads.
Elena.
Love it.
We have a lot of like Elena, how do you say, well, in the merch. We would like to make more, and of course, if you guys have any idea, well, like what kind of merch would you like of her? Like, yeah, we're more than open to. Like her audio's turned down in OBS, maybe. Find the source.
Are you sharing the audio source like our Discord call, or
Yes.
is it the oh yeah, like the hold on, let me see. I gotta open OBS and like stare at it to figure it out. When I share audio through Discord or the Discord audio, I do the application audio beta. And then I go on there and I click whatever one that I'm in, and it might be. I mean, I have my mic turned up, so I have no idea.
No, yeah.
How to make it a little bit louder.
I really like tested this like before the call, but you know how like these softwares can be,
Yeah.
especially with new calls. Let me see if I can increase the output here. I have the audio output, the audio input. The display capture is also like all the way to the top. And let's see, it could be since volume on the Discord. Maybe your volume on the Discord call, although I don't know how to properly manage that. Because all my outputs are like to the top, Might have to call an engineer from the company.
Oh, you're totally fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and take your time.
All right. Let's see. Give me a second. So, just to be clear, like it's like is the audio from Lacinity, right? I don't know if like chat can help us here.
It's just yeah, I think it's just my my audio.
Okay, then it's for sure the input though.
I heard it fine when I just listened on the stream.
Yeah.
And I hear myself pretty fine, so
Maybe it's the volume of
I
the.
sound, at least I don't know. At least when
Hmm.
I just listened to it, I heard myself fine. So
Hmm. Let me check as well.
okay, I'll just
Mm,
keep talking. Hi
yeah,
hi hi hi
please.
hi. La 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 la. Normally,
Better.
I would say that I like to talk a lot, but I just
Oh,
turned
actually,
down the
actually,
audio
it
there.
sounds fine. I just checked the stream from another computer, and you sound really good, though.
Yeah, it sounds cool on my end too.
All right, so I guess we should start.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, thank you for joining us. I know it has been like quite some time for us to prepare this interview. But we want from the behalf of AVerMedia, thank you for making the time. And yeah, let's get it started. First of all, we want to know who is Lacinity. Tell us who are you as a content creator, as a person.
Well, my name is Lacinity. I am in Detroit, Michigan, and as far as a content creator, who am I as a content creator? I would like to say that I am I don't want to say variety,
Mhm.
but I do kind of dabble in the variety of content, but I am more a Halo content creator. I create content on the HCS specifically, which
Mhm.
is the Halo Championship Series, competitive esports, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I recently started casting Halo. Shout out to Hydra Gaming. They picked me up as a caster and gave me my first gig and liked me enough to bring me back.
There you go.
So now I'm working on casting Halo and kind of doing like desk work
Mhm.
within the esports space. So that's kind of been my main focus of content. When I first started creating content, though, if you see all these behind me, and this is a lot of Star Wars
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, nice.
I created content on Star Wars when I first started. Star Wars and cannabis was what I first started creating content on, and then that
Nice.
was a couple years ago. And then I turned into video games, and now I do video games. So who is Sin? I mean,
Okay,
I
so
feel like Sin is she's like an ever changing person, if that makes sense.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. So but you're more Halo focused, right? In.
Yeah, I'm definitely more Halo focused. I like shooter games
Mhm.
specifically. So if I'm not playing Halo, like chances are you'll probably catch me playing like Fortnite or I've been learning Apex. I like
Mhm.
Apex. Apex is fun. I did a little bit of the finals, not too
Mhm.
much, but a little bit of it. That was cool too. But I'm definitely like 9 times out of 10 I'm downloading, or I mean, I'm sorry, I'm starting up and playing Halo Infinite all day long.
Oh,
So
okay. That's great. So, quick question, so as I can see a big fan of Halo, which Halo game is for you the best? I'll say, or the one that got your attention.
So originally what got my attention with Halo was actually Halo Infinite, and a lot of
Okay.
Halo fans will probably like not like that answer at all because they like the OG things, but
Okay.
I started playing Halo Infinite and then I went back and played the campaigns on the Master Chief Collection, so
Oh,
Halo
okay.
MCC, but my favorite Halo campaign is Halo 2.
Oh,
I
okay.
love Halo 2.
Okay. All right. If personally, I never got to play Halo because I mean, when I grew up, when I was growing up, I was a PlayStation guy. But it was
Yeah.
just impossible not to know about Halo. If you were online, if you the video game competitive scene, Halo was just a big deal. Although
Yeah, Halo is like the game.
I have a question. Since
Yeah.
you're the Halo expert, tell me. I remember while I was growing up, seeing some apparently when a Halo game came out, it became viral that apparently Cortana became evil or turned evil, and
Yes.
and I don't understand because later on she showed up again and she was good, so I'm confused. Was she actually evil or another Cortana? I don't know.
So if I don't get this wrong, or if I don't get this right, to Hidden Xperia, shout out to him. He's another Halo content creator. He's gonna come for me. But um, from my understanding, we'll say this way: so Halo or Cortana was an AI that was made basically, and she was made, and after X amount of time, all AIs go bad, so they go rampant, and she basically essentially went rampant.
Oh,
As
okay.
far as what happens after Halo 4, I
Uh huh.
can't tell you. I haven't played Halo
Oh,
5, the
okay.
campaign
Uh
or
huh.
Infinite yet, so I don't know what's going on there.
Uh
But
huh.
I did get up to where she's rampant, and she goes a little AWOL there. But I'm pretty sure that she does come back because I've seen clips, so I for the story. I'm not there
Yeah,
yet.
same. Like it's impossible not to like get like at least some sort of exposure to the story,
Yeah.
especially with like all the new games. All right, thank you. So I guess we can expect like ChatGPT to turn good if it turns evil at some point.
Yeah.
Tell me, why did you become a content creator? Why? And how did you like, made that decision, when you realized I want to be like a professional, like almost full-time content creator? Yeah.
So I think growing up and stuff, I've always dabbled with making content. Growing up though, there wasn't really like Twitch wasn't really a big thing or anything like that. It was just kind of Twitter, I guess, and like Tumblr era. So there wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really Twitch or anything like that that I could, I guess, stream on and
Mm.
really create content on. So I was kind of just doing things on the side, doing things on TikTok here and there, and I had a really high, I guess we'll say high taxing, very high stressful job.
Mm.
I worked in cannabis. I was on a leadership
Mm-hmm.
team, and I got laid off. And
Okay.
this was like devastating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved that job. I worked my way up from literally entry level in the company all the way up to a 6-person leadership team.
Mm.
I was running stores, I was doing everything. So when I got laid off, it was really like a big blow. Like it just was a big blow. I don't know how to explain it. It was a big blow and I didn't know
Yeah.
what I was going to do.
Yeah, no,
And I
I
was like,
get
well,
it.
I've always kind of made content on the side
Mm-hmm.
and I never really took it too seriously. So I was like, all right, let's just like mess around and see what happens.
Okay.
So I started and I created a character. Her name was Queen Stank, and
Uh-huh.
I started with her.
I remember that
And
name, yeah.
yeah, Queen Stank, and I started with Queen Stank, and then she kind of people started liking the stuff that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, oh crap, I could actually be dabbling in something that I could be really good at. I just have
Mm.
to figure it out. So I was like, I need to start taking this seriously. So when the new year came around, I was like, all right, it's time to rebrand. We're gonna rebrand. We're gonna change my
Mm-hmm.
name. We're gonna start creating our brand. I'm gonna start creating something that's marketable and something that is worth investing in, if that makes sense. I'm gonna start creating content that has context with it
Mm-hmm.
and kind of pushing myself to the limit, I guess, and really just I just want to make sure that I'm not just going live.
Yes, of course.
I feel like a lot of people just kind of hit the live button, and like that's no hate, like that's totally fine. You can hit the live button and still be a content creator, but I think to really kind of grow, you need to market yourself, right? And you need to create a brand. So I think around January is when I really was like, all right, Queen Stank started as a troll, and the troll got real.
Mm.
Now I'm here. So
Yeah.
now I rebranded it to Lucidity, and now I'm here. And like I think now is like this is kind of one of the things where I'm like, okay, now I really know I really do want to do content and I really want to pursue this. And my why to
Yeah.
why I want to do content is just because I want to be my own boss and I want to I like to I don't know, I like to make people happy and make people laugh.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to I like to talk a lot and make people happy and make
Yeah,
them
okay.
laugh. So what better way than to make content? So now I
Yeah.
just do it, I guess.
I do remember you tagging us in like after you changed your name, you were tagging us in your post, and I do remember like the first time I saw that, I was like, who's Lacinity? Because like
Who's this?
because like when we contacted you and you joined the team, like you had the other name, and like then we realized no, this is not like a new partner. This is like our former partner. Like, well, that's
Yep,
cool.
we
Like,
just did a whole rebrand.
why the name Lacinity? Like, how do you come up with that name?
Lucidity is actually cool. So I was trying to find a name with Halo. You know, they call Master Chief the demon.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make a name that was a demon pun that wasn't an actual demon name,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to come up with a name, I was looking into like words with Latin descent, and I was looking into words like Greek goddesses and things like that. And that was
Okay.
like kind of what I was going for because I'm really into like mythology and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So I was kind of trying to find stuff through there and I couldn't really find anything. And there was another creator who her name used to be Stephosaurus Flex, but now her name is
Okay.
Curiosity Kills.
Okay.
She rebranded the same time that I rebranded. And I was messaging back and forth with her and I basically told her like I am trying to find a name, dude, and I cannot find a name that I really like. And she's like, well, if it helps you at all, because I don't know if people know this, but when you rebrand, like you kind of have to go on every single social. You have to search
Yeah.
on every single social. You have to search every single website, web domain, and see if anybody has this name. So like making a name that's unique is very hard. And I was kind of having a hard time doing that. I had some that I didn't really like. but I had some that like kind of stuck. And I
Okay.
actually made one myself. I made one that was called like Salinity or something like that. And it was close like that. And I was like, I kind of like that. But then Steph was talking to me and she was like, well, if it helps you, here's a list of names that I was going to use that I don't like, that I'm not going to use. And if you like them, let me know. So she sent them to me and Licinity was on it. And I like read it and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of cool. And I sat on it for like 2 weeks. I was like, I don't know if I want this. But in my head, in the back of my head, I was like, yo, this is kind of funny because Licinity, if you kind of break it down a little bit in Latin, the words put
Yeah.
together mean those who sin good or the good sinners.
Really?
And I thought that was really interesting and I was like, I really like that. So I took the name and I kind of see Licinity as someone who the reason why the name and why Licinity is so important to me is because I think that I view it as like I killed Queen Stank and I created Licinity, this new
Okay.
person, and she's completely new.
Okay.
And she's starting fresh, like new with content, like new, just kind of rebirthing herself,
Yeah.
I guess. And Queen Stank holds a lot of bad memories, I guess,
Uh,
too.
so
Just like a lot of not fun memories. So
so you would say that Queen Stank is like a phase that you had to like go through, but like eventually outgrow in your like
for
in your
sure.
like process as a content creator. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because when everybody starts too with content, I don't think anybody knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I
Like
bet.
that's the whole, like when I first started, like I had not a single clue what I was doing. I didn't know that people would look at my name and, read my name and be like, yo, her name says Stank. Yeah, we're not gonna brand with that. That's not a good brand. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Like I was just a silly, goofy girl and I thought that that was funny. So
Mm.
that was my name and I smoked cannabis and my
Mm-hmm.
friends in real life called me Queen Stank because I always
Okay.
smoked cannabis.
All
So it
right.
made sense to me. So I was like, okay, and that was my gamer tag and everything. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'll just do this. Like
Okay.
it made sense. But then after, like after I started doing it, I realized like, I'm starting to like talk to these brands and stuff. And I think honestly, this is gonna sound maybe silly, but what really made me realize that I wanted to rebrand was there's that streamer, her name's Pokimane,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
She's like the biggest streamer on Twitch. She
Yeah.
came out with the cookies, right? And she came out with the cookies, and I thought about it and I was like, I want to be like her. I want to get on her level. I want to be big and successful like that. Who would put the name Queen Stank on a
On
bag of
cookies.
cookies?
Yeah. Um.
Nobody, right? So that was like really what really helped me realize like I need to rebrand myself and I need to figure something out because no one's gonna want to
Yeah.
brand with this. Like I can be funny
Yeah.
all I want, but like if you just see my name at first glance, you don't know that I'm a funny person. You just think that it's like a weird name.
Well,
So
maybe
that was what made me realize it.
maybe on special cookies, but I guess like that would be like a very
Yeah,
like limited like demographic to
yeah, maybe
market
a
to.
special cookie.
But
That's funny.
so how has been your experience so far as a content creator since day one till this point?
It's been fun. I think that Halo's a very niche category. It's no joke. Like everybody knows that when Halo launched, it wasn't a good launch with new Halo Infinite. So a lot of people kind of had their feelings about the game, and that's fine. So I think that when I joined and started streaming Halo and stuff like that, I kind of joined at a good time, if that makes sense, because a lot of people were leaving Halo. There was room for
Mm-hmm.
people to join in on Halo. So I think I started in at a good time, and I think that I've learned a lot, and I think that I've been through a lot in the last year as a creator. It's some things that I'm proud of, some things that I'm not proud of, But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, like everybody, if you're not learning from the situation that you're in, you're not really growing. So
Yeah.
that's something that I try to like tell creators too. Like, don't stress when you first start out because you're not gonna know what you're doing, and that's totally fine. I still don't know what I'm doing half the time.
Mm.
Like I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. I just kind of wing it every day and hope for the best.
And
And so
yet you
far,
are.
it's been working out.
Yeah, and yet you are here, which is,
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. Like a lot of like as a brand that works with content creators, what we have seen is that a lot of people, well, there's this misconception that like once you start like once you decide to become a content creator, then like it's there, it's done. Like you just like eventually success is gonna like come to you, and like they don't really like. Envision or like imagine the amount of effort like that an actual like a full-time content creator has to put in order to like be noticed, be like let the algorithm like be in his favor, yeah, get some brand deals, like, and actually let some organic views, organic interaction, which in the end is going to be like what like helps. It is yeah, actually. So one of the things of the main goals of these interviews that we want to do is like to shed the light on like how much of like effort, but at the same time like how people grow in this like whole like a tree, like in this whole thing of being a content creator, you
Industry,
know,
yeah.
this journey. Yeah. And
So I just like how you said, like people don't understand how much it takes. That's something I really want to emphasize is a lot of
mhm,
people do not understand how much it truly does take, not even just mentally, but even sometimes physically to
yeah.
be a content creator. Where I'm sitting right now, I am literally sitting in this spot anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day.
Oh,
Like that's not a joke. Like I'm literally here all day long. I edit here, I stream here, I everything here, you know?
wow.
So a lot of people don't really think about that. And a lot of people think too, like I wish that I had as much as I could sit here and I wish that I could be like, yeah, I make thousands of dollars a month. I'm set. I'm not.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
reality is like when you first start, like you're gonna be lucky if you make a couple $100 a month when you
Yeah.
first start doing content. And that's if you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have the leisure of being able to pay people to edit my stuff. Once you get to a point where you know you're making consistent money and you're getting consistent brand deals, you're getting consistent
Yeah.
like, you know, revenue coming in, then like yeah, maybe you can hire somebody and that helps take a load off your back. But in the beginning it really is kind of like a bloodbath. Like you're doing a lot by yourself. It's a lot of learning, it's a lot of researching. I can't tell you how many times or how long I've spent on YouTube looking up like things, just OBS stuff,
Oh,
like how to
yeah.
work OBS or anything
Yeah.
like that, you know? So like being a creator, I think too goes in my head, like being a creator, like again, like there's some people who say that like I'm a creator, but they just live stream, and that's fine. And I don't mean to knock that or anything like that. You go on, you get it, you stream all day, that's cool. I don't typically, in the way that I work, that's not really the route that I would take. I think that it's really, really, really essential for you to put content out on other platforms to drive them to
Yeah.
your main platform, to kind of get them over here and kind of solidify yourself and make yourself more marketable and give yourself a
Yeah.
name. And I think that consistency is something too that is really, really huge that a lot of people don't really understand. Humans, just humans in general, we're all
Okay.
creatures of habit.
Oh, wow. We're
Like
going we're going deep now. Okay.
yeah, like we're all creatures of habit. So like these are things that people got to think about too. So it's like if you go live every day at 7 o'clock, then everyone's gonna know you're live every day at 7 o'clock, and they're
Yeah.
gonna sit down and they're gonna watch you like they watch your favorite TV show. So like consistency is like so key too.
Before working in AVerMedia, I wasn't really that into like the streaming community. But then, like when I started working, like I realized that Twitch, in a way, or like any streaming platform, in a way, has like a similar appeal to TV. You know, you just like keep changing stuff, and then whatever like catches your eye, you're gonna stick there, and that's kind of like a part of like the grind. I imagine like a lot of content creators that are like full time expect to do,
Yep.
like be live all the time and get to like catch the eye of those people who are just looking for something to entertain. You know, to get entertained. I have a
Yeah.
few friends who are like they stream, they like upload like YouTube videos or something, but they do it on the side. Like they have like full-time jobs and like they just do it for fun. It's not the same as someone who like makes the sacrifice of like a lot of hours of their day just to get like some some progress in like their dream of becoming like a
Yeah.
full-time content creator. Yeah. And with that in mind, I would like to ask you, we know that like you make a lot of emphasis in being a woman in esports. So
Yes.
as a woman content creator, what are the challenges you had to overcome or you still face till this day? Can you tell us something about it?
Absolutely. This is actually one of my favorite topics. I get told one of the challenges that I face as a woman creator in the space, like right now, what I'm wearing, I will definitely have somebody probably screenshot this and email it to me or text it like some way to me
Mm.
and say that I'm a story word or I'm
Hmm.
getting views because I'm wearing a tank top. Like little things like that do happen a lot in the space, which is like kind of draining sometimes, and other times I just kind of like write it off. Other times I'm just kind of like, yo, leave me and my body alone. Like, you know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
of course.
that's kind of something, and I think that's not just privy to me too. I think that happens to a lot of women creators in the space. Is like
Yeah.
a lot of people try to say that we get to where we got because of our looks and stuff like that. And I hate to break it to you guys, but half the time I look like a goblin when I'm on camera. So that
Yeah.
like but that's probably a big one that like in the streaming space that I face probably is just people are just kind of mean sometimes just because
Yeah.
you're a girl. Like they just think that because you're a girl, you got it easy and stuff like that. In reality, it's funny because when people say that, it's like you guys say that I got it easy, or you guys say that the women got it easy, but like you're literally picking on us right now by
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
It's not really like we have anything easy, you know?
Personally, well, we think like to be fair, there's nothing wrong with like content creators who dress a certain way to create their own content. But we think, and I also personally think, like the problem is that that community or like the space, that the platform, like the viewers, they expect like all female content creators to be like this, in order to get
Yeah,
success, which is not fair for content creators who just want to be openly, like creating
yeah,
their own content, like doing
yeah,
their
I
own
agree with
thing.
that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Cause like there's and like not and again, not to sound like I'm like hating on that type of content or
Yeah.
anything either. Some of my best friends in real life and even on the internet, like, make spicy content. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's their
Yeah.
jazz. That's totally cool. I don't care, get your bag. But it's definitely something that I feel like sometimes too is just being a woman on the internet is there's like a stigma around you.
Mm.
Like you're a woman on the internet, so it's almost like people expect you
Mm-hmm.
to like oh you do this, you do that, like they just kind of expect more sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's like that's probably just like the biggest, I guess, struggle besides like your average regular hate that you get all the time. But thankfully, shout out to like Oath and Lottie, they've really given me some really really good advice and stuff,
Mm.
and like how to kind of just ignore it. Like
Mm.
that's something too. That's probably another big struggle of mine is I'm learning now to kind of just ignore. I don't need to answer to hate comments. Like you
Yeah.
guys can argue with yourself. I don't need to answer. I don't need to
Yeah.
respond. I don't need to prove who I am to you because the people know.
Yeah.
Like people who know me know. And I think that's probably another big struggle as a content creator is because I feel like when you start going into the space publicly, you kind of give up your own narrative.
Yeah.
So like I don't get to tell my story sometimes because there's somebody who's gonna, yap in the background and tell it for me or something like that. So that's why like situations like these or like interviews are really cool.
Yeah.
Especially like it's cool that you guys are doing this with your partners because it allows us to kind of, hey, this is who I am and what I'm about. Like get to know me instead of like people just kind of seeing a picture and thinking like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, one of our main goals is like to showcase our partners are like people, like they are also like they have their personal struggles and like what they like had to do, and at the same time what inspires them. But also we
Yeah.
wanna be like a brand that's there to listen, like that's there to like have
Yeah.
a one-on-one conversation with the people, with our our target audience, like the people that we are like making all these crazy products for. And well, in the same topic, this is for example for the content creation platform. Now, as a woman in the esports scene, how has been your experience so far?
Well, honestly, for the most part, it's been pretty cool.
Okay.
At least Halo's been pretty cool with me for the most part. There's been some times where I've been in situations where like, um, someone will pick on me a little bit or something, and I've been lucky enough to where when this has happened to me in lobbies and stuff, I've had people who have been there or like mostly men who have been playing with me who've been like, hey, that's not cool. Don't
Yeah.
talk like that. So like it happens,
Yeah.
just like it happens everywhere. But I don't necessarily think that it's as it's not as bad as what it
Hmm.
used to be, but there are some times where like I still won't turn on my mic in an open lobby.
Oh,
For
okay.
like if I like log into like matchmaking, I'm not gonna com, and people can hate me and get upset about that all they want, but I'm not gonna com with people because sometimes it's like the second that they find out that like if I breathe like a woman,
Hmm.
like it's like game over, and it's like people are really mean. So it's there, but it's not as bad as what it was. And I think esports is getting better, and I think that now um at least within the Halo community. I can't speak for like other communities because I'm not really too involved with them.
Yeah.
But I think now we have a lot of badass women now that are in the Halo community, and like
Oh.
they're not taking it. They are not taking it.
Okay.
We are here and we are out there and we are screaming from the rooftops and we are like, yo, look at us. We're here. We're doing it. We're awesome. We're great. Like, we're not going to go anywhere. So if you don't like us, like, you better get used to us because we're coming. Like, we're coming here and
There
we're
you
going to
go.
run this and we're going to do it. So I think that, like, I think right now is a really cool time to be a woman in the Halo community, and I hope that other women in esports feel like this. But like to me, it just kind of feels like the women are not taking no more shit, and we are ready, and we are coming, and we are gonna shoot our guns in the video games, and we're gonna do the best that we can, and I love that. So
Nice. Nice. Well, I've seen like you have started your podcast like recently. Like you have like you try to like shed a light more on like women content creators and women in like competitive esports, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I do ladies' night. Usually it's on every Wednesday. I am gonna push tomorrow's episode though. Just have to. I need a little bit more time. But it's usually every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and basically what it is I interview women from the Halo community, and hopefully soon I want to open it up to more than just the Halo community. So it's like esports in general. That's the goal. But yeah, we talk. I talk about. I just talk about them. I want them to tell their story. I want people to know who they are. I want people to know like what their experience is being a woman in the community. I want people to know like like what their goals are, what they want to do as a competitor, what their dreams are. And the reason why I do that is because I hope that one day or maybe one show that there's somebody that's watching that like from an org or from somewhere and they hear this and they're like, you know what, yo, I hear this girl and she wants to be a player. Let me contact her and just
Okay.
see what she's about. And like give them opportunities. That's like my main goal with Ladies Night is I want to give them a platform to tell their story that can hopefully open the door for more women to kind of get in esports more integrated into esports. Like
Okay.
we're there, but like I want women on the main stage. Like straight up. I want to go to a Halo major and I want to look up and I want to see like Command Station or like Miss Audie. Like I want to see them up there on the stage and be like, yes, that is a girl and she is doing it and she is kicking ass.
So you
So
wanna
that's the
you want to open the community more for
yeah.
women to feel like safe or like
Yeah.
motivated enough to join like competitive Halo.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I want them to know that they can do it too. So like that's the goal. So I just want to put everybody out there and in everybody's face and basically just be annoying about it and be in everybody's face until they integrate us in because I'm not going anywhere.
There you go.
Like,
There you go. Well, now you know. Now chat knows that is really cool. Actually, I do think we need people who actually take the first step, especially in the gaming communities. To like, for example, like personally, I know that like I'm a big fan of Smash Bros, and I know that the Smash Bros scene, like the Hispanic community, like has like most of the champions in the recent years. Like, and that's like a big deal for me. And like, although I personally I'm not passionate and I don't have that enough time to like get into professional Smash Bros, and that's just my way of saying that I'm not good enough. But but like I really see it, and I'm like, that's really cool. Representation matters in any form. So like just for like people to feel like motivated enough to like enjoy a specific field or like game, that's just cool. And now we come to a big question that like I know my boss who's watching wants wants to know. So how have we AVerMedia as a brand helped you in all your journey, like from since we contacted you all the way here?
yo, this is a cool story. I love this story, honestly, because I feel like AVerMedia was like the first big brand that really took a chance on me. So like I think this is cool. So I slid in AVerMedia's DMs and I was like,
Okay.
hey, what's up?
Uh-huh.
Basically like I kind of got left on red a little bit. And I was like, guess what? Again, I'm annoying. I'm not going anywhere. So I slid in the DMs again and was like, hey, me again. And we
Yeah.
finally connected, right? So ever since that time that we've connected, AVerMedia has been nothing but kind to me and encouraging me and has really invested in me, not only just as a creator, but as a person and kind of like um any idea that I've had, AVerMedia has basically been like, go for it, do it, we'll back you. You want to start a podcast? What is it? Tell us. We'll
Oh,
we'll
okay.
retweet it. You know what I mean? And like stuff like that, I think is really important as a creator, especially when you're just starting out. You don't really imposter syndrome is real, so like having you guys kind of swoop in and be like, no, we're gonna work with you and like we believe in what you're doing and like let's do it together was really really big for me as a creator. The mic that I'm using, I used to have a really crappy mic. Everybody knows that I scream a lot. My mic would cut out, my mic would sound horrible, and like now I have this awesome mic that makes not only my like just makes it ups my production value, right?
That is
I'm a
the
console streamer
that is
too.
the live streamer mic 350,
Yep.
right? Oh,
Yes.
and you're using
And
also
mic
the boom arm. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love it. It's my favorite. And there's like the software that comes with it. I play with the voice
Oh
changer all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah. No.
All
Yeah.
the
Like
time on live.
when we launched this microphone, we had to find partners, so like content creators, to like test it out and just like overall use it. And we thought of a few. We still like are working or are looking to work like with more content creators in order to like give more exposure to this microphone. But like you were one of the first ones, and like thank you so much for like using it in all your streams, like for real.
Yeah, thank you. I honestly wouldn't trade this mic makes me feel so professional. I feel so cool with it. Honestly, it's the first mic I've ever had on a boom arm and stuff too. Like this is like the first like expensive, like nice mic I've ever had. So it's really cool. And then another thing that you guys did for me too was I told you guys that I was a console streamer. So when I stream on console, I was always streaming and like playing like when I do tournaments, because I used to play a lot of tournaments before I started casting. I was playing and streaming at 60 FPS because I couldn't stream and play at 120
Okay.
because none of the capture cards were, 2.1s and they couldn't pass through the data. So I was literally competing at not my full potential and, playing at not my full potential because in some tournaments you have to in
Yes.
some tournaments, you have to stream, you have to live stream. It's like a requirement. So it's like I could live stream, but if I live streamed, I would lose half my frames.
Yeah, of
So
course.
you guys, I told you guys that, and then you guys were like, "Oh no, we got a really cool thing coming out." And then you guys sent me the 2.1. I actually have the box back on my shelf too. I don't know if you can see it. Oh no, I'm blocking.
Is it like the
Ultra,
the Ultra 2.1?
Yep, I have the Ultra. It's the Live Gamer Ultra 2.1.
How is it?
That is, I love it. It's honestly like that's completely changed everything. I will never go back to playing 60 FPS ever again. I'm big on console streaming. I won't give up console streaming. I think that's something that sets me apart from a lot of other streamers and creators. They all play on PC. No hate to you guys, but I'm a controller baby. I'm a console baby. I want to keep that out here. Like
Same.
I want to keep that. So I play on Xbox. I use the capture card, captures my quality, and it goes directly to I have a bare bone PC. I can't play games on it.
Yeah.
Or OBS.
Yeah.
And it goes to. So that was something that like really upped my game too, and my value as a creator. That you guys did was you've invested in me as a creator. Not a lot of brands don't do that, and I don't think a lot of creators understand that either. That's something that I also tell my streams too. Is like out of everything that I have, there's two companies I will never ever leave. You guys will have to pry the contract from my hands, and that's literally you guys, AVerMedia and Clutch. I will never leave those two companies. You guys treat me so kind and so nice, and you guys have invested in me so much as a creator, and like other companies don't really do that. Like they might send you like, like, oh, here's some free stuff here and there. But they might send you some free stuff, like here's some free stuff here and there, but nothing is ever really, nothing's like that can, I don't know, like genuinely help me create better content. Like that's what you did.
Thank you.
So I think that's cool.
Thank you. No, really, like that's our goal. And like, if any AVerMedia partner is looking right now, well, just like text us, let us know how we can help you, how we can like improve your experience with us. And yeah, well, like, did you hear that, boss? She liked the 2.1 capture card in the mic.
Yeah, the capture card and the mic are perfect. Honestly, it's really cool.
Well, that's we're so glad to be able to help you out. And also, well, going back to the interview, now going back to your main content, like Halo, right? I think I didn't ask you what was the first game you like Halo game that you played.
The very first Halo game I ever played was Halo Infinite, but the first video game I ever played was Jurassic Park on Sega Genesis.
Wow! Wait, what? The first video game at all?
The first video game I ever played in my entire life was on a Sega Genesis, console, and it was the Jurassic Park game. And I think you walked around.
I do remember that game.
It was a super old. It was on the cartridge, so when you pulled it out, you had to like
blow it,
put it back in and stuff. My brother had one, but I think too that started like my obsession with Jurassic Park, truthfully. But that was the first video game I ever played. But the first ever like shooter game I ever played was Fortnite, and my first FPS ever was Halo Infinite, and that's always been my favorite one.
Wait! Is that like the one that like you could like walk around the park and I think you could even fight as a raptor other raptors. Like there was like a fighting arena. Oh man, that's great. That game was crazy. You know, I really like that one, and because like I was very young and was one of my first games. I remember like I was playing with my cousins on my PC, and like we were using the arrows to like fight and everything, but we didn't
Yep.
realize that like you could also use the WASD to fight with the other characters. So like I don't know why like our fun was like just using one raptor to like kick the hell out of the other one, and the other one was
Yep.
not doing anything because we were just too young to figure that out. Or maybe
Yep. I loved that game. I remember I used to sit there and I would play that Jurassic Park game like all day long. And then I remember my parents bought my brother a PlayStation, and it was the very first PlayStation that came out. They bought him the PlayStation, and for some reason I want to say he was either playing COD, or I remember him playing a lot of like Grand Theft Auto
mm,
on it and stuff like that. So he would set it up, and then I would take the Sega Genesis and I would go set it up on my box TV, and I would play Jurassic Park all day. That was the only game I had. That, and I had a Lion King game. That was the only games I had. But I played Jurassic Park all day long.
I think my first personal console was like the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy
Oh, I
Color,
had a
the
Game
one
Boy
like
Color too.
open. Yeah, I had like the Pokemon, and I also had the SpongeBob one. I had a SpongeBob game that for some reason like it was really fun. It was the shit. And that was like my thing, like going to Bikini Bottom and like jumping and stuff. It's like Mario style of like gameplay. I forgot the name, but like yeah, those were my first games.
Yep. I
Man,
loved
that's
that.
cool. That's so cool. Wow. Well, now you mentioned that you like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Wait, okay, so Legends or canon?
Um, if it's not on the official timeline, I ain't listening to it.
Bro, man. Okay.
I'm honestly like this might sound like so bad. I'm one of those Star Wars fans where like I don't want to say I'm prissy, but I'm kind of prissy about Star Wars. I'm not like the three new movies that came out. I'm not really a fan of them. Storyline wise,
Yeah,
I think they're shot beautifully, but
yeah.
I'm not really a fan of them. Luke Skywalker would have never thrown his lightsaber. Like,
I
so
mean, yeah, I don't want to be that type of like Star Wars fan too. Honestly, I didn't really care that much at the point that the new movies came out. I was like, I already outgrown my Star Wars phase. But what pissed me off
no,
like, a little bit is like when I was young, I spent so much time on the Wikipedia. You know, the Wikipedia, like
oh
the
yes,
Star Wars Wikipedia, just learning about like all the things that happened after the movies, and I just like spend so much time learning. And then like the new canon comes after Disney bought Star Wars, and they say like, hey,
yeah,
all those stories over there, they're not worth for anything. They're worth shit. And I was like,
yeah.
bro, like all the time that I spent like just reading that is just like glorified fan fiction now, man. That's the only
There's
thing. But like the new
yeah.
movies, some I like them, some I don't.
Series I
Hmm?
like some of the series
Oh yeah,
the Clone Wars. I
Mandalorian.
think the Clone Wars, yeah, the Mandalorian's fire. The Clone Wars, the animated series is probably my favorite animated series there is out there. That and the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, I think is incredible.
That one was good.
Um,
That one was good,
yeah,
honestly.
I think those are absolutely incredible. Even Tales of the Jedi, that animated series was cool. The Bad Batch that's out right now is like great. Ahsoka was cool. I thought was cool. Obi-Wan, like it was all right. They could have done probably a little more, but I'm not gonna complain. Like, like I do think that some of the scenes had things, but such a big Star Wars fan. We
Yeah.
went to Wumptastic in the chat. That's my partner. We actually
Oh,
went to Disney World, and we went to
okay.
the Star Wars section, and we were crazy, and we woke up at 4 in the morning and waited in line to get in because this was when that new ride just came out. It
Oh,
was the
damn.
Rise of the Resistance, and you had to be in the park at 7 in the morning in order to reserve a spot if you were lucky enough to get on this ride. So people started like lining up at like
Yeah.
3 in the morning
Did you
just
make your
so
own
me and him.
lightsaber?
Oh, we did actually. It's actually one of them is behind us. I have a couple lightsabers back there,
What
but
color? What color is
he
it?
did I believe his is yellow. He did
Oh,
a yellow
okay.
lightsaber. The sabers that I have, one of them I can kind of change whatever color I want, and then I
Oh man.
have we have the dark saber. I have Kylo
Man, that's
Ren's.
so cool.
A lot. We have a lot of sabers. Big saber collectors
That's one of the
here.
things that I gotta give, like, well, at least like Disney with like their Mandalorian like a series. Like when I saw the Clone Wars, I do remember like as a kid watching the dark saber come up, And I was like, dude,
Yep.
that lightsaber, like on the Clone Wars, like I think they went to Mandalore or stuff like that. Lightsaber is the best. I was like, man, that why don't make something more like that? And then they just kind of like forgot about it. And then the Mandalorian came out, and then they have it. I was like, man, they brought that back. Yeah,
Yep.
they know their
I
shit.
was wrong. His lightsaber's purple, apparently, not not yellow.
So going back to to the interview, I think you already told us like more or less like what inspired you to make your like your podcast like initially, but like what is maybe driving you to like keep creating like more like content, and like if you would be open to more than just like for example Halo or esport like female content creators, just like in general, like
Oh
you know.
yeah, for sure. So I think what's driving me right now is just that like I'm starting to finally kind of see I feel like in my content journey at least, I'm starting to finally kind of see I don't even know what I would call it. I guess I'm kind of seeing results.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel like me personally, I'm starting to get recognized more by my peers. I'm starting to kind of get a little bit of notoriety to my name with the things that I'm doing. So that right there is like the drive for me to want to keep going, I guess. um it feels good when I put something out and I have somebody who is in a position that I want to be in who reaches out to me directly and says like, "Hey, you're killing it right now with content. You're doing really good. Like keep doing it." Like that right there is like the fuel. Like that is like I get
Okay.
messages from creators, that like I really look up to and they say these things to me and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I cannot even believe that they said this to me. Like this makes me feel really cool." And the fact that I've had people with ladies' night specifically.
Hmm.
I've had people from 343 themselves. Like, then if people
Okay.
don't know, that's like the game studio of
Mhm,
Halo.
yeah.
Like, I've had people from 343 themselves reach out to me and say, like, hey, your ladies' night with Halo is getting a lot of traction and we love it. Like,
Nice.
let us know when the next one is. We want to work with you on this. Like, let us know what we can do to support like the women's scene and stuff like that. And like that to me is like so incredible because it's not only do you guys see what I'm trying to do, but you believe in my vision. And my vision is more women in esports.
Okay.
Like I said, I want to look up on the stage and I want to see more women admins. I want to see more women tournament organizers. I want to see them on stage. So that's kind of been my driving focus. And eventually, yeah, like I do want to open it up to more than just Halo and outside of Halo. I just think that right now the reason why I've kept the focus on that is because this is the first podcast I've ever done.
Okay.
I'm learning more and more every single time. The last one that I had, I hired a producer and I had somebody teach me how to produce my own show. Basically, his name is Furzilla. He's phenomenal, and he literally sat me down in a Discord call and was like, "All right, this is what you do," and taught me. And I was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna do this." But then I end up calling him for help, But uh, like I'm learning every single time. So eventually, like the moral of this, like the whole point of me
Yeah.
telling that is when I figure it out more, yeah, I want to open it up to more people and I want to get more people who are involved, like more women who are involved in esports in all capacities. I want more game titles. I want, to speak to more brand managers. I want everything and I want to bring them out more just because it's getting noticed and
Yeah.
that's what I wanted. I started Ladies Night as a place to give women a platform to kind of talk about themselves, a safe place where they can talk about themselves, their dreams, their aspirations, and where I can hopefully put them in front of my network and get them more
Okay.
opportunities. And
Well,
with that I get more women there.
yeah, let us know how we can help.
Oh,
And we are
absolutely.
more than like willing to like do our best, like to
Yeah.
shed more light, and that this is a really cool project that we like AVerMedia to be involved with and like be more like like active in this case. And in that tone or in that like topic, would you like to give any advice to any aspiring content creator, or like like just anything to someone who's like either like male, female, looking to like become a content creator? Like what would you tell them?
Yes, one, absolutely, I will. Shout out to Sarvana. That's my Halo duo in your chat right now. That
Oh, there
is,
you go.
I met her through Halo, and
See.
she is also someone who she gives me a little bit of drive too. She really inspires me to just keep trying and doing my best. So shout out to her. But any advice that I would give anybody who's just starting out,
Yeah.
probably you gotta really kind of have thick skin. You gotta understand and know what you're doing, and at the end of the day you have to know and be happy with what you're doing, because people are going to talk about you and people are going to say things about you, and you have to understand that, like, you just have to be confident with yourself. And like that's probably like the best advice that I could give anybody is, like, you have to be really confident about yourself when you're kind of stepping into this space, because being a content creator is awesome, but at the same time when you step into this space, like, something that's not talked about often is, like, you do give up a lot when you kind of put yourself into the public eye, and I think that people need to understand that too.
Okay.
So I think that, like, when you put yourself in the public eye, you're subjected to kind of more bullshit, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And people are gonna pick on you more when you do that, so like you have to be ready for that. So don't give up when those people do that, because if you give up when those people are doing that, you're letting them win, and at the end of the day, the people that are going to be mean to you and the people that are going to make fun of you online and the people that are going to criticize whatever you do, they're only doing that because they want to do what you're doing and they're not doing it themselves. That's, at the end of the day, that's all it is.
Haters gonna
That's
hate.
literally all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's all that it is it's just gonna be, people kind of talking to talk, and if you want to be a creator, like, just go for it. Don't keep your eyes straight. Don't pay attention to what's going on out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Whatever talking is going on out here and stuff, that your goals are ahead of you. So you just gotta look ahead of you and keep going forward, because people are gonna talk regardless.
Okay.
So like that's probably my biggest advice, truthfully, is like, stand up for yourself, believe in yourself, and just do it for yourself. Don't listen to nobody else.
That is really good advice, actually. Yeah, honest. Well, thank you for your time. And one last question. Like, we want to really know, like, what is your favorite AVerMedia product out of all the ones that you have right now? If you have to pick, if you had to choose like your favorite, and why?
My favorite's the microphone, because
Oh, okay.
I just feel like the microphone really leveled up my content and how I sound and my sound quality, and like I just think that it's so cool. I really like I honestly, like, I talk about this mic all the time. I tell people all the time, like, yo, this is a good mic, like, you should look into this mic and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, equally the capture card, because if I didn't have the capture card, I wouldn't be able to, compete to my full potential. So it's like both of them, like, I can't really pick. I don't, you want me to pick, but I can't.
I
Like, I don't
mean, I
want to.
mean, that would be nice. At least, come on. Like,
I don't want to, but I love the mic.
all
Like, I
right.
think the mic,
I
like,
guess we can say the mic.
the
Yeah.
mic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the mic.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all
Absolutely.
that you're doing, the content creation, the effort, and thank you for like being an inspiring creator for like other people who are out there looking for to do the same. And yeah, rest assured that like we as a brand are gonna be there for you, and as long as we can, help you. And yeah, that's what we aim. And hopefully we can have like more collaborations in the future.
Oh yeah, well, thank you to you guys too. I think that, I gotta give my give my hats off to you guys, and like give you guys your flowers, because anybody that's watching, like, I really can't express to you how much AVerMedia has really helped me as a creator. So you all should really, 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 like, look into them. Like, if you're a creator and you're trying to, like, kind of look for someone to work with, that you need someone that that is like, you feel like you can trust. Like, I genuinely cannot vouch for this company more. From I talk to them almost every single day. There's a really big time difference, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But we talk to each other almost every single day. They've done nothing but support any idea I've had, given me advice, like, encouraged me, invested in me as a creator and just as a person. Like, I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't, express enough, like, how much that means to me. So like, I definitely, and if anybody's watching, like, if you guys are looking for products, like, you need to go to AVerMedia.
And use
Get the
switch
mic.
code. And use which code.
Oh yeah, and you can use my code SIN if you want for a discount. But but yeah, like, thank you guys. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. I think this is really cool that you're doing it. I can't wait to see who else you guys talk to and like get to know everybody else. All the partners and stuff. But not a lot of brands do this. They don't reach out to their creators and stuff. So I just want to make sure that I'm at least making it a point to say thank you to you, and for, planning the time, and thank you too for allowing to reschedule, because I was very sick yesterday. So
No
I appreciate
problem.
that a lot too.
It is no problem.
That means a lot, like, for real. So, but everybody out there, like, for real, make sure that you guys are following them. Make sure that you guys are checking them out, and
It,
stuff like that. Follow them on socials. They're all there.
It really is no problem, You know why? Because like before, I didn't really had like a loading screen, an intro, like for people to just like be waiting on. I really didn't have anything. And then like when you canceled, well, when we like rescheduled, I was like, man, I should do something like that in order to like seem more professional, like I should do. So that actually gave me the time to like make the loading screen that we had today. So thank you for the time. Thank you for like being yourself, and thank you to the chat for like sticking around with us. Shout out to Womtastic for like keeping the chat active. Shout out to Bree, my girlfriend who's watching, because to make sure that we at least had one viewer. And yeah, shout out to everyone who's like who joined us today. Thank you so much. This is like AVerMedia, get to know our partners. Looking forward to getting see more content of like Lacinity. And before we close, what would you like to say, Lacinity? Who's gonna forgive our sins?
I'm gonna forgive your sins. Oh, but I do have one more thing too. Actually, if you guys want to support the women of Halo, we got a really cool tournament on Saturday. I'm casting it. It's gonna be at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's a 4v4 full draft, random draft women's tournament. It's gonna be really, really freaking cool with Hydra Gaming. Shout out to them. They're also somebody who's really, really freaking cool. But shout out to Hydra Gaming, and if you guys want to see some awesome women Halo play, because you know that I love that, tune in on Saturday. But that's basically all I got.
Nice. All right, so give us more of that, and we're gonna be sure to promote it on our social media. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. Shout out to AVerMedia for sponsoring this like interview. That means like paying my salary. Thank you so much, and we hope to see more of you.
Thank you again so much. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a good night.